Hi, my name's Kayla. I tore my ACL July 2022, got surgery in September. I've been with All in ACL now for a little over 3 months. Right after surgery, I went to a in-person PT and it seemed fine for like manual therapy and kind of just like learning to move my leg again. But I knew pretty early on that I was eventually going to have to find a new PT. The clinic I was going to, aside from like ankle weights and like 5-pound dumbbells, just didn't really have the equipment that I was hoping for or expecting it to have. So that being said, after a couple of months, I started looking for another clinic, and at this time I found All in ACL on Instagram and followed them and kind of just kept it as a option. My preference was in-person PT just because, I'm a skeptical person in general, and so the thought of doing online PT just seemed a little strange, especially I wasn't sure how I would get feedback on stuff without it being in person. So I eventually did find another clinic close by that was more for performance based and had the equipment that I was expecting. I went there for a couple sessions and they seemed pretty good. I felt like I was challenging myself. I would leave sweaty and feeling like I got a good workout, but I still didn't feel extremely confident in the exercises I was doing. They just didn't feel right. I was doing lunges and things like that, and I just felt like I was kind of compensating in ways. My sister actually tore her ACL on the same leg 3 times way back in high school, and to this day, her legs do not look the same. The muscle symmetry is just not there. So having this kind of really bad example, I knew that compensations do lead to mismatched muscles and things like that. So it was at this time that I decided to, go forward and sign up for All in ACL. After my first workout, I knew that I had made the right decision. I finally got what I was looking for, which was a detailed plan on how to get my strength back in a way that was safe, in a way with guidance as well. So since starting this program, my strength has more than doubled in my quad. Not only just strength, just movements in general. I know that I'm doing them correctly. For example, basically right after I got off crutches, I was doing lateral step downs, and I felt that I was doing them correctly and I thought that I was progressing. But shortly after starting and getting feedback from Tommy, I realized that was not the case. I was doing them incorrectly, and it was amazing to me how much harder they were to do when I was actually doing them correctly and not making compensations. Another example would be the lunges that I was doing in in-person PT. I could do them, but I was not doing them correctly, and it felt off. Wrong muscles felt sore from them, and I knew something wasn't right. Now that I've been, doing strength training, we're implementing more dynamic movements like lunges, and I can feel the right muscles working, and it just feels like a normal lunge, very comparable to how that movement felt pre-injury. I just feel so grateful that, number one, I found this program, and 2, I decided to actually go through with it. I've gained so much knowledge, and with the knowledge, it makes me really wonder where I would be if it wasn't for this program. My only regret, honestly, is not starting sooner, because I know that I would be further along at this point. I highly recommend All in ACL to anyone who is unfortunate enough to tear their ACL, especially if you're the type of person who is willing to put in the time and energy that it takes to recovery from an injury like this. Starting this program has just given me so much confidence in my recovery, and I can see a clear path on how to get back to where I was pre-injury and how to get back to a place where, I can confidently do the things I want to do and do them well, such as sports, running, and lifting. So as I said, just so grateful and would recommend this program in a heartbeat to anyone.